Hi everybody, thanks a lot for coming on in. I'm so glad to see you, and I'm glad you're here. I am making today a zucchini bread. You know, come late summer and we all have those zucchini plants that are beginning to take over the garden, and you don't know what to do with all that zucchini. Now last year I put a recipe together that was one of my mom's. I'll put a post to it up there for you. It's a zucchini soup, and we always had that a lot during summer when the zucchini were going crazy. Now today I've actually pulled a recipe card from my mom's box, which I absolutely adore. In fact, I'll show it to you here. Let me get it. This is one of the things that I got from her, and it has all kinds of, you know, family recipes in it, and I'd like to start maybe trying a few of those. Anyway, this is her zucchini nut bread, and as my mother always did, she was kind of lame in her instructions. This goes back to the 60s. I would suspect probably 64, 63, something like that. And it's an awfully good recipe. The only thing that I have changed on this, is instead of white flour, I'm using whole wheat. And I thought, you know, since we're going to all that trouble, we could at least make it a little, you know, a little lighter, and also a little more healthier, I guess. And the other thing too is, what else did I do? I guess that's it. That's the only one I changed out. Okay, so let's get started on this recipe. I hope you like it. All right, I have 3 eggs here that I am getting beaten up. That looks really good. Now I'm going to add now this is for 2 loaves. So if it seems like a lot, it's because it's 2 loaves. We have a tablespoon of vanilla, and you know me, I have to push that envelope just a little bit on the vanilla. So Mom, I'm sorry, I had to do that. I'm going to beat that up. And then I'm going to add some avocado oil. Her recipe, oh my gosh, I don't know what probably it was, who knows what it was, Mayflower, it was probably corn oil. That's what, of course, they used back then, was corn oil. And I'm going to get this mixed in as best as I can, because there's going to be a little emulsification going on here, which means the oil is going to get pretty well incorporated in those eggs. So once I have stirred this into a nice, semi-batter here, I'll be back. Okay, that's looking very, very good. It looks almost like lemon curd or lemon meringue pie filling. That's kind of what it reminds me of right now. Okay, and then I'm going to add some brown sugar to this. If I can do it without slopping everywhere. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Good for you, Jill. Okay, and we're gonna get this beaten in. Few lumps in there, but that shouldn't matter too much. Brown sugar tends to get lumpy. I actually, when I have made items that really needed to be smooth, I would run the brown sugar actually through a sieve and get all those lumps out. But this is really quite wet. I don't think I'm going to have a problem here. So I'm going to work on this for a minute and we'll be back. All right, looks good. So these are the wet ingredients, and I'm going to set this aside. Very rich looking, isn't it, with that brown sugar? I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring in my dry ingredients. Now, as I said, I used whole wheat today instead of the regular white that my mother would have definitely used. In fact, I ground this myself. I have a wheat grinder, and when I do whole wheat, you can really get it super fine. Okay, so I've got the flour in here, and I'm now going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder, yep. A teaspoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. It's really a pretty straightforward recipe. I don't think I can get my tablespoon in there. No, I'm going to have to do 3 teaspoons here. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to get myself a little whisk because I forgot one, because I need to stir that all up. All right, I've got my whisk here, and I want to make sure all that, I could, you know, you can sift it. I don't think there's a need to. Okay, now I'm going to bring those wet ingredients back in here. And what I'm really excited about is I'm going to use my batter beater today. I received that from those wonderful people at Tovolo several months back. And I've used it a few times. I like it very much. So in comes the wet. All right, set that aside and get this moving. And as you know, every time I do a quick bread, I always say the same thing, is that you just don't want to sit there and beat it to death. You want to just get those, the wet and the dry combined, because if you go too rough with it, you're just going to have a really tough batter. You know, the dough is going to be worked too hard, so your bread or your muffins are going to be tough, and you won't get a good rise. Okay, I'm not going to mix it any more than that because I am bringing in my zucchini, and I'm not sure whether that might not be too lightweight for this. It's getting to be a pretty heavy batter, so I'm going to do that, and bringing in nuts, some nice walnuts. And I'm going to bring in my spoon again, and I'm going to get this all mixed up. It smells wonderful. That vanilla, of course, I love that smell, and then the cinnamon. A zucchini, you know, it doesn't really have a fragrance to it that I would be able to tell. Alrighty, I think we're just about there. And as I said, I don't want to beat it too heavy, but I want to make sure that the zucchini, you know, is mixed throughout that dough. And I think that looks very nice indeed. Yeah. Well, sheesh, got a little excited there, huh? Throwing stuff on the floor. Okay, I'm going to bring my pans in, my loaf pans, and we'll get this into the oven. So we'll be right back. I have 2 pans here. These are 8. What are these? Let me make sure I get it right for you. These are 9 1/4 by 5 1/4 by almost 3 inches high. Now I've oiled them. They are a non-stick, but I always oil them anyway. I suspect my mom's loaf pans were smaller. I just suspect they were, but this is what I have to work with. So we will go ahead and split the dough as equally as I can in both of these. And how I do this, I just do a little each at a time. So a little in there and a little in here. Yeah, she had to have used smaller pans, because I can see right now those pans are not going to be, you know, as full as they should be, but that's all right. It's really interesting, you know, when you pull out the old recipes, some of the instructions are so funny. Some of the ingredients, you'd say, did you really use that? Did you really use that? And I have a cookbook of hers that was written in the 40s, and I think it was written during the war, World War II, because there's a lot of very fancy recipes in it, but there's also a lot of very, recipes that budget stretchers and things that are in them. You would, you know, recipes that you'd say, I don't know whether I want to put that in my body, but you know, that's what they had to work with, and that's what they did. So I'm going to clean this off here a little bit. Alrighty. Okay, these are going to go into a preheated 325 degree oven, and I believe for 1 hour. And as I said, I can tell these are not, you know, not the size pans she would have used. And because her recipe cards are like, are you kidding me? There's just, you know, You have to wing it with my mother. So I'll put these in the oven. I think I'll probably try 45 minutes and see how that works. And I'll just keep checking them. You know, the toothpick test. Take that toothpick, poke it down into the center of the bread. If it comes out, you know, clean, that means they're done and you can pull them out. If the toothpick comes out and it's a little gummy still with dough, you want to put that, you know, keep baking it until it's done. And I would check it like at every 5-minute intervals till you see that toothpick come out clean. All right, so once we have these done, I'll come back. Sure smells good.
And of course I'm here because it's time to eat.
Yes.
Ooh. This
All right.
is zucchini bread, huh?
Yeah, it smells wonderful. Go ahead and take a bite of that. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
It's very nice, a nice texture. What do you think? Take a bite of that. Nuts, you get the nuts? Yeah, take a bite. Oh boy, I got a wow.
That's good. It's got some spice to it.
That's my mom.
Your mom had some spice to her.
That's too big of a bite.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Very moist.
I'm just going to eat. Excuse me for talking with my mouth full.
When I made this, he came in. He says, what'd you say? There's green, what'd you say? There's green in there?
I said, what's the green stuff?
And I said, it's zucchini bread. Remember, I was going to make zucchini bread.
Boy,
My mouth is so full.
Yeah.
It is delicious. What a great flavor.
I could get used to it. You know,
No, what?
you could put a little dollop of like non-dairy creamer on that or something, you know, Cool Whip or something.
Oh, I thought creamer.
Not coffee creamer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like,
No, actually, that's a nice idea.
Yeah.
It's awfully good.
It
Yeah,
is.
It's very good. And
maybe I should take another bite just to make
it's
sure.
a big recipe. So if you want to
want a
do,
bite?
no, I'm done. So if you know, I'm watching my calories.
So much. I'm watching them go in my mouth.
Oh God, the calories. Don't even talk to me about it. Anyway, it's good. It's a great recipe. Mom, I miss you. This is my mom. What?
Your mom's a zucchini bread?
Sometimes I think she was. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. I look terrible. I see myself in that camera.
I think you're cute.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Tell your friends.
Yes.
Subscribe and eat zucchini bread because
Yes.
it's good.
It's
Healthy.
delicious.
Healthy. Not so much, but it's good.
But it's good.
Get that little thing there so we can turn it off.
Oh, okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.